Hello, my dear people out there and in here. Here is Catherine Bielmeier speaking with you and bringing you today March energies. What is going on in March? How can you help yourself? Which tools can you use? What is coming up in the future? The first thing that I can tell you is that it's a lot about the body, a lot about new possibilities, also new possibilities for new peace, for a different new way of peace, for a new alignment. It's also about more your living and expanding your heart energy and to multiply it. And today I wrote down notes a bit for myself so I don't forget something, because everything that I've downloaded, which is so big, so I have a few keywords. So if I'm looking to the side here, then only because I'm looking at my keywords to remind myself. Yes, so, and let's start. Mariette is here, great, hello. And show up, and if you have any questions about it, then just write them down, ask them right away in the comments. And we're beginning with the first thing, and that's one of the more important things. And it could happen that you experience more and more tiredness in your body, or where you're kind of heavily moving or feel kind of the motivation, you have no motivation to wake up, to start moving, to keep the momentum. It could be that in March you have a bit more complications with that. It could be everything that I'm telling you today and giving you as insights is just a possibility. It's all possibilities, and you are creating your universe, you are creating your life, and everything which is possible for you, which goes beyond our realities and also beyond the reality. What I'm seeing could be the energies present in March. In the best possible case, you're creating joy and ease for yourself. So there's some people here who is there today. Hello. So, tiredness. What do you do with the tiredness? Those who know me a bit longer and who are following my page, Moment Sign, they know the tool of Access Consciousness. First of all, when something happens in your life or something shows up, don't take it as real or as yours, and look if it's really yours. Is it really your energy, or are you perceiving something? Am I tired? Is it really my body who doesn't want to move? Or am I picking that up from some other bodies? Because you're all very perceptive, very fine. And if you check that for yourself, that could get a lot more easier and lighter. And then you can sometimes avoid getting stuck with it. What I'm experiencing very often recently is my body says, oh, now I would just love to lay down, okay? And when I say, so is there an energy that wants to kind of stop me here? Is that a foreign energy? Is it a manipulation? Is it anything that I'm perceiving in the field around me? And the interesting thing is, when I ask that, it gets so much more lighter for me, and I instantly can get more into the creation and asking, okay, what can be a contribution here for me? What is really great is, for example, yesterday and the day before I had that very intensely, and I just asked my body, if it's not yours, what could we do now that would be so motivating, not to lay down in the bed, but really to keep on going? Of course, there is a possibility because there's a lot of happening, and also in March there's a lot of going on. For some who are totally in the creation mode, also in their alignment, who are connected with their alignment, there's a lot to be now, less to do, and more to be, and to be online and connected and aligned. And those who are aligned can do and accomplish things in such speed. I'm also very quick, and I'm creating at the moment unbelievably much. And for me, there's also a lot of change and transformation happening in the body. Hi, Gabriele. And sometimes it takes really to go to the nature. For example, my body and my little inner child are saying for 2 days already, hey, we didn't go walking this week almost at all, and they're really knocking on my door. And of course, that's my choice what I'm gonna do with that. And to go in the nature can also be a contribution for your creations. So have a look. When do you need to lay down? Is that really yours? What does your body really want from you? Or is that a perception that you're having? Where you feel super tired, want to distract you with other things because you don't feel well or weird, or because you don't even perceive yourself anymore. Have a look what that is, and that's really required more and more. And why? I'm gonna now explain you. I'm gonna keep on and take you further. Why and what for? Just look what is the easiest and lightest for your body, what is the most light possibility, and what is really pulling you. Cool. There's a few people here who is today on live online with me. I'm happy that you're there. So, above all, there's always aligning and doing something kind for your body. Have a look what's pulling you, what's pleasant for you, but not because you want to be comfortable and have no challenges in your life and you want to stay in your comfort zone, not from that place. But really, what is fun for me? What is that what my entire life would light up my entire life and bring my body to light up my body and bring it to more lightness? That's happening now very intensely from the beginning, from the half of March and also the following weeks. Really to have the balance and to have a look, is that really mine? Or am I just giving myself up to the collective? Because sometimes you can feel very tired just because around you is a lot of unconsciousness. And that brings me to my next point. Unconsciousness is, as before, a big topic, kind of until 2024. We began in 2012 to go in the different direction. 2017 to 2024, it's a big topic, and it's really all about allowing yourself, and the collective allows itself to wake up. A lot of awakening is happening right now, and it's going until 2024, and of course it's going to be a challenge for yourself, for your body. In the best case, just stay focused on what you desire, what your body and heart desire, what does your soul desire, and have a look what you require for that, and whatever comes up, truly ask if that's yours. A big topic with the collective awakening is also happening now in March. A big power, a great power, different power coming into your own power, but also being overpowered by others. Let me say by other authorities, or acknowledging other authorities instead of your own authorities. There's a lot of similar topics around that coming up. And the message is really for you to have a look, what do you want to choose? No matter what shows up, no matter how things look, Always choosing yourself, choosing your universe, choosing your reality, choosing your choices. What do you want to choose with all of that for yourself? Just always to check. That's where it's required to be awake and waking up more, being awake with ourselves and with our energy and with our hearts, to be really in awareness and in perception. Power it's gonna be a bit messy until 2024, a bit chaotic, and it is this global awakening and global shift of consciousness coming into a different kind of power and potency, not the power of going against and wars and resistance and creating also a lot of resistance in the world. It's more, the way I see it, that has a lot to do with heart. Okay? So that's why, in order to make that, with oils, because I've been working with essential oils for 18 years already, the ones for most creating and really the best and highest vibrating for myself, that my body is really, really receiving great when I smell them through the nose. I've tried working with different companies and different brands of oils, and my body knows exactly what it requires and what does it well. It knows it from itself. I don't have to anything to do. And that's why I've been working with Young Living Oil since 20 years. And in order to accompany this process of global awakening into new consciousness, and I always have to wonder when people tell me, yeah, I already worked on myself. I did so much consciousness work. I did so much work on my topics. And I find it interesting because I've been working on my consciousness work since many lifetimes, especially since 20 years in this life. And I have to tell you, there is no stop to it. I can't say that I'm done. There's always points where you react, or situations that are not yet like that in my life. I would truly like to create them, where I can still create them differently, or some topics from the past, or something I've created in the past, so it looks like, okay, so what is this? This doesn't fit anymore in the life that I would like to have, so I would like to transform it. So I still have things where it can get even better, and I am very good at looking at it, and that's my focus of my life, to really be awake, to become more awake with my creations, with myself, just being conscious in everything which is going on in me, and conscious with what I'm doing with that in the world and what I'm then creating further into my life. Because only that way you can take your life in your hands and really start living more what you desire. That's why I find it very interesting when people say, like, yeah, I'm a lot more conscious now. And I believe it. Yes, I know that they did their homework, but there is never an end to it. That's why I stick with it. Don't give up, because you always are going to discover something else. There are things that I've been changing for 20 years, and I'm thinking, like, wow, finally now I can finally have it, and this possibility is finally open to me, because I chose and asked questions. I was really going for it, and all of a sudden I'm different, my body is different, and that what I knew as the energies that I could be in my life, I can finally live it free. So that's not because I sat down once, but it's because I really stuck with it, and I really never gave in, and it's because my heart knows that there's so much more in me and of me, and capacities and gifts of what I really am, not as a person, but my energy, my infinite being that really wants to be lived, that doesn't just want to stick around or be present somewhere in some higher spheres. It really wants to live in this world and really be a contribution in this world. That's why stick with it, stick with yourself, and don't buy into these stories that you're done. Of course, that's allowed. Nobody has to be forced now to do their things or to do further. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying different topics come up every day. And everything which is in your unconsciousness, all the trigger points, everywhere where you react to some situations, everywhere where you have different behavior patterns all of a sudden that don't match with the infinite being that you truly are, or you start blaming or dumping your responsibility to others, or kind of making that others are responsible for something, that really doesn't bring you further, it doesn't bring any healing. So really have a look, where you're reacting, what are your trigger points, and above all, take all of that into your heart, allow your own mastery that has created that to be really ticked off by that, because you have created that to bring more healing, so that all can come into your original energy. Because everything that we don't want, all the shocks, the traumas that we have somewhere suppressed, forgotten, hidden away, they all have trigger points in order for this energy to come back into our alignment and to connect with our entire alignment, so they can vibrate and be together. So as you see here, it's really about cleaning up work, doing things differently than before. Because just to have a look, where you ticked off, where you're reacting, where do you have different behavior patterns, where do you blame others. Have a look. Okay, so look what I did here. And go to groups where exactly such things can be worked on. Recently we've started actually a group, Conscious Fit Gang, so that we could meet every week and really contribute to one another. And really we have meditations done by me, downloading different contributing energies. We have a group where you can speak about that, just so that all those trigger points and everything which wants to come back to your consciousness, to yourself, can come back, because all of that really brings you more joy, more peace, more of yourself, and more of your capacities. And who of you is not really deeply looking for more of yourself and more of your capacities? I really don't know anybody who, I have never encountered somebody who really didn't want to know more and be more and have more of themselves. For that, I have brought the Super Oil Awaken. That's a great oil mixture. You can diffuse it, and it is just unbelievable. It's fresh, smells a bit more intensive. You can diffuse it, you can wear it on your body, on your wrists, or on your neck, or just smell it. Great. And in order for all of that to go a lot more easier, so that you can be in your allowing heart, I also have a great oil. It's a relatively new oil mixture. It's called One Heart. I also brought it here for you today. It also smells really great. Here I have it, so you can see it. And, okay, what is that? The Fit Gang, yes. There's a Fit Gang link in the description, Conscious Fit Gang. So check it out. One Heart, it has a bit of, the oil has a bit of a peppermint note, very light, something floral as well. Very opening. And when your heart is open, then everything that is showing up, everything that you have created, everywhere you're reacting, where you're making other responsible and blaming, you can just receive all of that with a loving heart, have your inner child with you, and just allow all of that so you can bring it into your alignment. And you're gonna see there are also people who don't want that. They would love to blame others and give everything up to others. And I'm always saying that's a bigger pandemic than everything else, really. Because everything where people are making themselves unconscious and want to be unconscious and would rather make others responsible instead of taking their life in their hands. That's a pandemics, I always say, because when one starts with that, if one becomes unconscious, then the other ones around also kind of step into this trap with them, unless you are even more awake and you just choose something else. And for that, for example, it's good to have a contribution of people who are around you. So it's another thing going on at the moment is a lot about healing, a lot of these trigger points coming up, so just don't give up, stick with yourself. Another good thing that I can always recommend to you, just have a look always, what are you investing in? Where are you investing your entire energy into? Are you investing into blaming others, making others responsible? Or are you investing into everything which is showing up in you, everything which was unconscious until now, so you can really heal that, free that, to have more ease and space in yourself? Great. So there is another great tool. So all of these tools are by Access Consciousness, and this one is called What is Right About This? So what is right about this creation? What is right about me reacting here? What is right about what I believe here or about my behavior? Because like that you can reach deeper parts of your unconsciousness with a lot more ease and also release them easier. Of course, in any moment we can do a short coaching just to have more ease for you. Just make an appointment with me and that's great. Great. So it's also high noon to go beyond our fears. I always say people that don't create or are too lazy to take their lives, under parentheses, in their hands, there it's really, for me, fear is a distraction implant. That's not real unless you make it real. And also there, as the first thing, I would ask, who does this belong to? What kind of fearful thoughts do I have there? What do I believe there? From whom did I take this over? What is it? What kind of modes of functioning do I have here that I kind of slip into fear? Mostly the fear belongs to the system, to the parents, to something you've experienced in school, to people, to the education system. So you can send it back. And for me, when you're in fear, it can be easy that you go into being frozen, into totally paralyzing and not creating anymore. And system is working towards you not creating that much and not creating your life as you would like to have it, but putting yourself under and blah blah blah. I'm not going to even invest in that point. How does it get any better? What else do I have for you? Yes, at the moment it's more about creating more freedom in yourself. So not the construct of freedom of your head, where there's a lot of thoughts and I'm like, oh, I feel so easy and so free. I can guarantee you in 3 minutes with me, that just being with me, without even working on it, brings a lot of things. We're laughing the entire day today because we have a challenge. At the moment we're living 3 women together and we have a little challenge. Feeling right, having to feel right and not wanting to feel wrong. So everything that is just a construct from your head, that's nothing natural, because there is not right and wrong. That's just a program that we got implanted. What does that do? That you are all the time tensing yourself and don't have freedom and no movement space. If you have to do everything right in order not to be wrong, then you can have a look how much tension and how hard that is on you. That's why I'm creating a course for that, and there's also a podcast coming soon, so no problem. I'm taking care of you. Yes, so it's also about this control and control freaks that's in you that don't give yourself to be really free and to live freely. For me, living freely is receiving everything, not having to judge anything, and be free of reactions, of trigger points, really from the abundance, from the richness, from the greatness of yourself, from the expansion, creating that what's really possible, not from your head, but from your heart. Now I'm coming to some really great possibilities, because it's about, in March and also further, to always more and more being with your heart power, allowing more of your heart energy to live more out of your heart, not out of some ideas and imaginations from your head where you believe you're living something from your heart, but really. And I often experience many people that just have imagination or ideas of their life, and they believe that they're already all of that and that's already life, they have it all. But mostly just I then, through some questions, shed some more light on that, and there are some where they see that just not so much is changing in their life, because you can't create your life with imaginations and with ideas. And life is energy. You don't need your head or an imagination. Energy is energy. It's just there. So you don't need to do some affirmations from your head, because for me that's not functioning. What's working for me is really my heart power, asking my heart what is real, what is really my universe, what is really my truth, what is my heart, my soul, and my entire alignment and my higher being want to create here, and not turning on my head into the process anywhere, because I don't need to know anything. Because when I ask questions, universe replies, and then I can create a lot beyond what my head could have ever imagined or thought about. Just looking what I've created in the last half a year, I have to just look with wide open kids' astonished eyes when I can just see where I gave up to my higher being and just said, please just do, change, transform. And then some things were created here in such greatness, with so much contribution, where I can just say, wow, that I could have never thought about, that I can do that within a year. What's really great, because I'm always in total wonder, like a kid, because you're that too. You are a kid. In you there is a kid that is totally innocent and has an unbelievable greatness and expansion. Yes, so it's about more heart power. Also for you, that you for yourself can apply in a practical way. You can ask, whom can I be a contribution to? Who can be a contribution to me? How can I contribute to the world at the same time contributing to myself? That's also a good question. So where can I be a contribution? I know that our Mother Earth, for example, because I just ask that every day, I'm asking Mother Earth, okay, Mother Earth, what contribution can I be to you today? And then later, when I have some energies, something comes up, okay, Mother Earth, what can you contribute to me now? And I don't think about it, I just follow the energy, which is really great. That is life for me, not this regular stuff. And I don't say that with judgment, that's just like that. But there is so many possibilities available. Also your heart in the true alignment, to really align with your heart. How many of you have still some spaces in your heart which are unconscious, which are still in shocks or in traumas or in being hurt or even invisible, that are looking for healing and asking for it, so that they are become more stronger, more empowered. Zum Beispiel, when I found out of my alignment and my guidance, when I discover something, then I'm like, aha, okay, this is what I can discover about me, and this is what I can discover of me. Such power that not where you're controlling everything through your head and have to have an overview of everything, but really giving yourself up and trusting. And that's where the biggest power is. And people always ask me, hey, Katrin, how can you just let go of everything? How can you be so deeply in trust? And also, I can say through my experiences in my life, where there was so much demanded of me, and I saw that I need to choose new choices, and I was choosing new choices, and I received so much contribution from the entire universe, from my spiritual team, from beings who contribute to me, also on the earth, from people who contributed to me, and somebody took me for 3 steps here, and then somebody else came. And if you're willing to choose something else, there's always a contribution for you if you are willing to receive. So open your heart, ask for it, and receive, because your heart is really the strongest and the most powerful tool, I would like to almost say, or a energy or a space, an inner space in you that is so much more important than everything which is outside. And to have that online, to come into your alignment and to heal everything which is not in your alignment or which is suppressed and still unconscious. In all of that, you can ask, okay, whom can I be a contribution to? And also have a look if you believe that you would love to hug everybody and just spread your heart onto everybody, but there's also people that just don't want it. Where are the doors closed? And we had that topic today. Where are you investing to? Who do you want to persuade who doesn't even want to receive? Also, that is allowed without judgment. We don't have to judge anything here or make those people bad or wrong. Everybody's choosing who they would like to choose, and all of that is allowed. So don't invest into people who don't want to receive, but turn to those people who really want to receive from you, no matter what it is. If it's a laugh, a smile, a word, your joy, how as it's shining off of you, or just a word that is coming out, or really a hand on a shoulder, on a back of somebody. Have a look. What is welcome and how much? There, you don't have to think again. Don't ask your head, your body knows. You just ask. Great. And then the last things. Oh, yes, we're actually coming to the end too. I also brought you an oil, 3 wise men. And that does that you can be more connected with your wisdom. It's a great oil mixture for your wisdom, and I don't say for knowing, because knowledge, I don't say knowledge because knowledge for me is something learned, but there's a deeper wisdom of your soul, of what you brought with you, what your body knows, what your higher self knows, and what you can then access through your awareness. So 3 wise men, a great combination with awaken, and 1 heart also gives you, all of those oils give you a great alignment and direction for the month. You can diffuse it, and of course I brought joy also for your body, because that's also a big point that I would like to mention, because really your heart power and being and wanting to be a contribution, that's very nice, but among all begins with you. So watching out for your body, taking care of your body, I also am gonna have soon a communication course to practice and learn how to communicate with your body, to ask questions. Just what if you could ask your body, hey, body, how are you actually? And then you can just listen, close your eyes, and just have a look what's coming up. Yeah. Or what do you need, body? And not because now you're looking for answers in your head, but really receiving the wisdom of your body. Listening. Your body is in full change because everything which is happening on the outside, all the downloads that are coming to earth, all the change, awakening, that also requires the change of molecules, the change of cells back to the natural or into the natural being, original way of being, and also to look at your body as a wonder because it's still keeping up with all of that and it's allowing so much change and being with so much change. There's this great sentence, a great expression, all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. Also from Access Consciousness, all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. And that does so many new links in your brain when you say it 10 or 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the evening before you go sleeping. Letting your body, your system hear this body, you get more connected. Also your alignment changes. There's so much happening in your brain as well. And simply allowing your body to change, to transform, and listen, just listen to it. Because that's what required, because we're coming to a really, it's really something great, which I really find it cool that it's finally possible, because there's so much space for allowing and allowance for magic finally, and for innovation. Is it cool or is that cool? Is that cool? That's cool. And it's downloading through all the bodies more or less, above all with the bodies who are going for it more and who did more and more to finally receive it. That's why for me creation potential is totally exploding at the moment. Like joyful galloping horses, magic, innovation, but not from your head, but from the highest frequencies. What does that mean? From the highest frequencies? Because you have oils that can contribute to that. You can also include frankincense with that, which works also with other dimensions on top of that. You require now a self-caring. You just require, that's funny, it's about being open and allowing for yourself that you can receive more magic and more innovation, to allow it and to receive it for your life, but also as a contribution for the world. I said actually for the outside because, and that's funny because that's all always in you. So not because you're thinking or figuring something out, but just because you give yourself up to the energy. That's why you're gonna notice why is that so important to make sure that your body is feeling well. Because if I am making sure and taking care so that I can be in the highest frequencies, so that my body, my entire system is aligned, so that this highest frequency can be in me. And that's why I began to work on different courses and classes that can help you with that on the long term in the next period. Where I was now with the self-care. So if your only task in order to receive that is just to be in the highest frequency. So how do you do that? In this way that you are working with the oils, that you're not reacting much or not pushing away your triggering points and being like, oh, it's your fault, but in that way that you clear up your stuff and you take care so that there's joy, happiness, peace, and everything in your inner space So it can vibrate, is embodied, can be lived, can be. Once more, I'm gonna go to the people. It's really, I don't have a judgment on it, and everybody can allow for themselves what they will, but I'm experiencing more and more people who believe that they are somewhere, and then when I have a look, I see how their body is suffering, so many things that are not free, and my light really sees that very extremely and quickly. That's the quickest thing that I can see, that when there's something unconscious, and that doesn't do anything. You can also choose that. You can have these points of view. I'm not going to take it from anybody, but if people ask me something, then I really give an honest response, because just that will bring you further, to have more of you, to be more in the true joy. And in the meantime, I'm experiencing joy which is so much different from what I lived 10 years ago, let's say. Just on Tuesday, I had a really big shift in me, where I allowed something for myself to experience through my awareness also, and also to experience and to see, hey, my body feels so much different, my joy is so much different, and how I'm experiencing myself now, that's so much different. And it's unbelievable, because you have so much more of yourself, and when you let go of the programs that don't allow you to be yourself, and I don't mean you as a person, but something greater, which you truly are, which also is connected to your heart. And then I'm coming to this, where it's about living more expansion. Cool? Good. And now we're at the keyword expansion, and that's the last thing that I want to tell you today. Expansion is today at 8:30 p.m. It's possible to join us spontaneously, and link is gonna be in the description, and also those who don't make it live can receive a recording. It's a free event I have created with Maggie, a friend facilitator from France. We know each other, we work together, and we contribute to one another since multiple months, with the energy of no definition, so that everything, we're just working, updating all the time and contributing to one another. And with her, I have created this class which is about your expansion, about receiving your expansion, about allowing your expansion, about perceiving it, and to really live it. The more expanded are you with your heart, the more space you have, and more space and more joy and more alignment and more clarity, and really you have the possibility to be with this highest frequency energies. And if you're not making it today, that's not a problem. You can get it anytime, the recording, and also then after that we will have 4 more paid events coming up. And just have a look, there's so many more courses coming up, different workshops, shorter, longer podcasts. Just come into the newsletter so you can follow up with all of that, so you can receive all of that. A lot of it is for free. Some things are also paid, because I'm also paying my bills. And I'm also somebody that gives a lot. I'm really generous, and even giving more and more than I usually write in. That's why here today we're already so long speaking, but yes, now we're done. So just get everything we can do here. If it's feeling light for you, once a month we have a free coaching, O-Factor coaching, that's happening every month for free for you, so you can come and feel supported and contributed to, and get tools for yourself exactly where you are, and maybe get exactly something changes which is keeping you stuck in the life. Great, my dear ones, was that a contribution? Thumbs up, hearts, from 0 to 10, where are you today with your, where are you now with your frequency? How are you now feeling? I know there was a lot of information. And how are you feeling now in your heart? Are you feeling expanded? Are you feeling free? Are you maybe feeling alive and more joyful? Between 0 and 10, where are you now? Quickly write in the comments. What is that, a sad face? What is that you're giving me there on reactions? Or maybe angry? I don't know. Who feels different now than the beginning? Just please let me know in the comments. I'm happy to read from you. Also, whenever you're watching this, you can just ask your questions in the comments, and you probably started having a bit more awareness now. But what is this? Are those sad? They look like sad faces. I'm not sure what you're sending me there and what you want to tell me. Very excited. Okay, great. So now at 8:30 we're going further. For 30 minutes we're downloading different energies, different frequencies for your body, for yourself, for new possibilities, for higher frequencies, for new choice possibilities, and that is for free. And you have the link in the description, so you can get it anytime afterwards as well, because that's for sure gonna be a contribution to you. Bye. Thank you for being here. Just spread the word, share this further, tag somebody who needs to hear it, give a possibility to others to hear that as well. And you know, you are creating your life. You are, no matter what I'm saying, you are creating what you would like to create for yourself. So you can always choose. Great, cool. And now it's really done. And of course, I'm very much looking forward to seeing you somewhere in a Zoom personally, in a class, or maybe to meet you personally so I can hug you once. I'm really like body expression. I love that. Of course, if you like it, great. Ciao. Have a beautiful March with a lot of magic and wonders flowing for you.